What's up, guys? It's your boy Kittens coming back to you guys with a discussion talking about score-based matchmaking. I want to set the internet straight a little bit and just kind of talk about the generic implications of score-based matchmaking, generally speaking, what it is and how it impacts games. The first thing, people are generally saying score-based matchmaking is ruining games, it's the worst thing ever. I don't think anyone actually has experiences playing multiplayer games where there isn't score-based matchmaking. Almost every single multiplayer game that's ever been created has had some form of score-based matchmaking, even back to like 2010s, 2005 times. And then the overall thing is like, sure, there's some, positive and negatives of it, but the thing that I'm seeing people talk about is they go, hey, there's these Apex situations, some other communities talking about, but for Apex, I play Apex. You have a lot of people going in, you're facing these 20 bomb players, you're facing, Predator triple stacks, and you're sitting there going like, yo, why are my enemies super good? Why are my teammates super bad? The interesting thing to think about is that sure, it feels as though you're playing someone that's significantly better or playing with someone that's significantly worse, but when you're in score-based matchmaking, you're playing with, let's say, 1,000 people inside of this little block. Some people are a little better, some people are a little worse. But without score-based matchmaking, instead of this little block, you're playing with the entire bar. So now you have people that are this much better than you or this much worse. And then instead of this little middle ground of kind of better or kind of worse. So the chances that you'll play against a triple 20 bomb Predator stack significantly increases, as well as the chance of facing someone that's worse. So the in-between of like, you don't want someone to play against you that's significant, that's like close to better or like close, or playing with you that's close to worse, that situation will happen more frequently, more extreme cases. So like, it's one of those things where it's like people complain about score-based matchmaking generating those situations, but without it, those situations happen more often. So it's weird to like talk about, but yeah. So there is some other implications outside of just the generalities of how that would work, in general games. Let's say Apex. I play a lot of Apex. I can talk about the negative sides of score-based matchmaking there. For me as a person, it actually their system deliberately pins you with bad teammates to purposely cause you to lose some of your games to cause more interaction, because they find, you lose some games, you have some difficulty and stuff, you end up with some more interaction. So what you end up with is a purposeful, sometimes you have bad teammates and good enemies. So you log into 3 or 4 games back to back and you straight up are supposed to lose. Like that's something I don't like. I don't like that the score-based matchmaking is a little bit more towards that lens. And what I see from that is like a similar score-based matchmaking system would work, like Apex's, would work in Call of Duty. Let's say if there's 6 players on each team, because in that scenario, instead of, 1 or 2 guys being bad, and you have like 4 to 3 that are average or good, you have 2 guys that can't shoot and 1 guy that can, versus 3 guys that can shoot. You're done. But like once you increase those numbers, the score-based matchmaking does offer more balance rather than extremes. But when there's only 3 people, once you have that like one person's worse and then one person's better, that becomes more significant because there's less people to interact with and, in each situation as like gunfights go over. So it's one of those things where I can say that, score-based matchmaking is annoying on some aspects. You do see some of that. It is a little bit of a negative thing, but at the same time, a lot of those aspects that people complain about and they say, oh man, this player's so much better or my teammates are so much worse, that situation is worse without score-based matchmaking. So I figure, it's one of those things. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Put your own opinions on there. This is an interesting one, and it's been your boy Kittens. Peace.